decision today makes it so imperative that the person who holds the office understand the limits on and exercises those powers with restraint, because the thing that is not dealt with here is the hypothetical that was dealt with in the Court of Appeals about SEAL Team 6. And it is unclear how they actually studiously avoid dealing with that, because you could make the argument that that is official conduct. At the very least, presumptively
how would
official.
you make that argument?
You'd sit there and say, I have determined as commander-in-chief that this is necessary. And the way that Judge Pan in the lower court phrased it was, what if the president decides that a political adversary is a threat to democracy and orders the killing? That is and why isn't that now an official act with a presumption of immunity? And you don't look at motive. You can't consider that he's doing it to get rid of his adversary.
I want to bring in Melissa Murray, but Chuck, here.
It's so crazy to me how the Democrats can blindly not see they made an argument about how they can abuse the very same hypothetical that they brought up in the intro. Oh, I can make a claim that my opponent is a threat to democracy. What is the biggest talking points that Democrats been running against Trump? He's a threat to democracy. But for some reason, they frame it as if Trump's the one who's going to be doing that. When Trump's not in power, Trump's not president right now, Biden's in president. Biden is already sicking the DOJ on Donald Trump. The reason why I believe this is that a dude, I forget the minor details, but there's a man who's working in the New York justice system where he was technically over in the hierarchy of legal capacities. He was a federal judge. I forget what it was. Attorney General, I forget what it was. And he essentially took a downgrade. He got demoted essentially to work in Alvin Bragg's DA office so he can manage and prosecute Donald Trump for the hush money trial. That gives some suspicion, even the appearance of political motive, in my view anyway. Because I don't trust these people. Democrats are the kind of people that'll say one thing in public and do another thing in private. Like the fact that Joe Biden had dementia, right? I'm joking, but not joking. People were aware of Joe Biden's mental decline, saying, yeah, we're not supposed to say that in public. I got to stay anonymous or else I'm going to lose my position in the Democratic Party. This is why you hear sources says this, sources says that. I can't trust anything that comes out of this party. But they're supposed to expect me to believe, oh my God, Donald Trump's a threat to democracy. When they know the real idea, the real reason why they're so mad about the Supreme Court ruling, giving Trump immunity during official acts, is the fact that they can no longer really prosecute him the way that they want to. This is the reality. You got to go through the proper channels. The proper channels is you got to impeach him first. Then the Senate has to verify and validate the conviction. Then you can get at him. So he still has accountability. But this narrative, and this is what I'm talking about with the Democrats, they don't make you get fearful over reality. It's hypotheticals that get you mad at, right? That's why I wrote here, hypotheticals matter more than reality to the Democrats. They want you to believe the hypothetical more than the reality of the situation. The reality is no one's going to allow the president, without any pushback, to just kill a political rival. The Supreme Court has just became consumed by corruption, a crisis beyond its control. Today's ruling represents an assault on American democracy, aka Democrats' power. It is up to Congress to defend our interests from this authoritarian capture, which we perceive as a slight against our worldview. Sorry, I'm adding these contexts in there. I intend on filing in articles of impeachment upon our return. Against who? You better start with Obama if you want to do that. Because technically, Obama killed an American citizen. So technically, you can impeach Obama if you're going to do this, AOC. Communists mad that the power that they need to abuse is being checked. Exactly. That's what it is. It's so obvious. It's so naked at this point, bro. You cannot hide it. People are pointing out how there's articles, there's Twitter users out here. I'm going to show you a couple. So if Biden declared today that November's election is canceled and ordered the military to keep him in power, would that be considered an official act? No, it would not. This is my problem with these people. is that in a democracy, dummies, in a republic, you cannot do actions that does not represent the will of the people. The constitutions limit your power as a government. Just because people elect you doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want. This is something that the progressive leftist doesn't think too clearly about, because all they care about is grasping at power. I strongly encourage Joe Biden to take advantage of his absolute immunity. Lie. He doesn't have absolute immunity, which he has been lawfully granted by Trump's Supreme Court justice to do whatever official acts he needs to do in order to prevent Donald Trump from becoming president, which you tried that already. You tried to keep Donald Trump out of the ballot before the ruling. Nothing's going to change. Like, this is the problem with the left. Nothing's going to change. You are already doing the things that you say now Joe Biden has immunity to do. You can stick the DOJ on Donald Trump now. You can call this the SEAL team. A lot of these left-wing commenters on X are implying your ballot thing failed already. You try to remove him out of the ballot. You got him convicted. Now you're going to try to put him in jail. They talk about everything but what Joe Biden can do for the American people. Their whole messaging is, we can't let this guy win. That's it. That's it. And then they're going to sit here pretending that they stand for something. Y'all stand for nothing but your own power, your own interest, because that's the only thing y'all care about. The Supreme Court justice just gave Biden unequivocal immunity to order the military to take action against Donald Trump today, right now. Try it. Try it. Like these. This is how you know these people are. I'm trying to be nice. This is how you know these people don't think things truly. They think very reactionary, right? Very first order thinkers we're dealing with here online on many people on the left. You prosecuted Donald Trump. His poll numbers went up. You convicted him. His poll numbers went up. What makes you think that you taking military action against Donald Trump is going to help your cause? Make it make sense. The worst thing you can do to a man is to make him a martyr. In full complacency, in full compliance with the Supreme Court justice ruling, to serve his country, President Biden should drone strike Donald Trump. Let me show you how this makes sense. The only way this makes sense is if nobody wanted to vote for Trump. Half the country wants to vote for Trump. Half the country supports Trump. Therefore, you can't serve your country when half the country agrees with the other guy. It's in my official capacity. No, that's not an official act. You're not doing an official act. It's unofficial. He's a political rival. You have a personal incentive to go after him. That's not an official act. You're not doing anything based on the will of the people. The will of the people, half of them support that. You can't do that. That's a conflict there. But these dummies don't believe in democracy. Democracy is merely a skin suit for them to hide their own selfish interest. Period. And they think America, we're dumb enough to let them do it. This is what the founding fathers was scared of. People misinterpreting things, reading things how they want to see things to justify actions that they went against the Constitution itself. This is why the Second Amendment exists. This is why the government doesn't have the right to regulate gun ownership. Because when your government do this, let's say Biden attempts to do this, I'm going to shut down the election. The people can rise up and be like, nah, we don't think you can. Watch, try it. Leftists, try it. Try it. We already know conservatives are more likely to own guns than liberals. Y'all, try it. Because literally, you're threatening peaceful expression of dissent. Hey, we don't like our policies. Y'all running the country into the ground. Look at the inflation rate. You're using the government's tax dollars to bail out people of your political ideology. Using it to support DEI. Using it to educate our kids down your ideological wheelhouse, worldview. Essentially, religion. You use your ideology like a state religion, and you can't tell me I'm lying. You're using taxpayers of majority of people who never graduated college to forgive student loan debt for people who did graduate college. And you call it democracy. Make that make sense. People, bro, I swear, you guys want to read it how y'all want to read it. Dear retards, Joe Biden does not have presidential immunity to assassinate President Trump under the SCOTUS ruling. Assassinating your political opponents is not explicit, expressed, or nor delegated by Art 2. It is not enumerated or official powers. Hope this helps. I don't understand how that's hard to read. But these people, they believe that, hey, if I've been put into power, I can read into it or I could justify all my actions as long as it's plausible. And many people are saying, like, yo, this is a mask off moment for the left because it seems you guys, the only thing really stopping you is the threat of consequences. That's the only thing stopping a leftist. And I tend to agree because, most leftists, a lot of leftists are atheists. And atheists only respect consequences. They don't respect any principles or morality or right or wrong. They don't. Right or wrong is what can I get away with and what I can't get away with. That's an atheist worldview, which is what makes majority of the left. Socialism says, hey, you can't be a true socialist unless you're atheist because they believe that Christianity, learning about morality and all that stuff gets in the way of what needs to be done to usher in the utopia. And this is how they're thinking. Oh, we need to win. What can we do to justify us needing to win? Oh, Biden, look, under official acts, you must protect democracy from Donald Trump. Let's ban the election. Let's cancel the election. Make that make sense. But yeah, Trump's immune during official actions because the Supreme Court notices that you guys abused it first. This will never have come to trial into the Supreme Court if you didn't go about it this way. Instead of going like if you have the issues, right? This is why I laugh about the left. On one hand, they'll talk out of their A and say, oh, Trump can't win on the issues. Okay, then it should be an easy debate for you. But you got to try to keep him off the ballot. You're trying to indict him as an insurrectionist when the impeachment of that failed. You calling something like a riot, you calling it an insurrection. Then BLM is a bigger insurrection than the January 6th because BLM caused more damage, more death than January 6th. But here you are, unequally applying your standard. When it benefits you, you want it. When it doesn't benefit you, you want to go against it, like democracy. People vote in Donald Trump. You don't like the fact that they voted in Donald Trump. We got to take him off the ballot to protect democracy. This goes back to my point that democracy is just a word to disguise power for the Democrats. Make it make sense. Look, I can make it make sense for you. People elected Donald Trump. We have to remove Donald Trump to protect our power, protect our control. I just replaced democracy with power for the Democrats. Now it makes sense the way they speak. But if you're objectively, hey, calling it down the middle, if you're actually consistent, you have to be like, hey, look, this is what the American people wanted. They wanted Donald Trump. We'll have to work within the capacity given by the will of the people because that's what the government is based on, the will of the people. And to try to make the argument, like imagine making the stupid argument that Joe Biden can make the argument, oh, I could do it under official acts when half of America support the candidate. Attacking another American on U.S. soil is not official acts. Obama can make the excuse because this American citizen wasn't on American soil. But imagine that. You got articles out there from the left saying that, oh, Biden can drone strike Trump. Look where your minds go to the minute you get you. It's like, let's figure out a way how we could use this to our advantage to get our way. Democrats, people on the left, they're not about helping Americans, their fellow community members. They're not about none of that. They're about putting their guy on power. They want their leadership, their control. They want to manage things. And anyone who threatens their position, their power, their control is a target, is a threat to democracy. Even if we're suffering, as long as they're not suffering, they're good. The rich people, they're good. They can handle inflation. If inflation hit 20%, ain't no sweat off their back. But you people making $50,000, $30,000, $20,000 a year, barely struggling by, on welfare, Section 8, the cost is killing you. And then you're going to look to the government to help you even more. And then they point you and say, hey, keep voting for us. This is Democrat because the Democrats they can't run on the issues. Democrats can't run on a record because even if you look through history, all their policies that they're propositioning has been tried in some variation before in the past and has shown very negative and bad results. But they keep pushing it, keep pretending that it's a new idea. No, this is just a new generation that's not been exposed to the merits of your ideas yet. We need to stop in politics, and I'm ending it off here. We need to stop basing things on the desirability of how something sounds and focus on the feasibility. And that's what the Democrats love to do. They love to push desirable things. Oh, look, Biden, you got free immunity to do whatever you want as long as you call it official acts. You see how their mind works? Very Machiavellian. There's no love for the people here. Democrats don't care about legacy. They don't care about making this country better than how they found it. They care about coming in and making it work for them, make sure they're at the top of the pyramid at everyone's expense. That's the Democratic Party. That's socialism in a nutshell. The common people are poor serfs working for the interests of the political class. And all the Democrats think they're part of that political class. And then when it's too late and they realize they're on the outside group, they're on the other side of that, that's when they want to turn against the party. It's too late already. You already gave them all the power. You already gave them all the control. And this is the trap that socialism has always brought about in history. Because democracy always leads to socialism. And that's why Democrats keep continually pushing it down the American people's throat. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about the Trump immunity case? Finally, we can put this the lawfare behind us for now. This should delay a lot of these cases that's been brought up by the courts. Now the courts have to decide whether what Trump was doing was an official act, unofficial act. But essentially, liberals going to be crying today. Hey, liberals been taking a lot of L's today. Everything they said that was going to happen didn't happen. And everything they said that wasn't going to happen is happening. It's craziness. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's karma. But hey, the truth come to light. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to say about the immunity case. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Peace.